So, I am single now. I've been single for, 2 years, a little over 2 years. I was with my, what they call the high school sweetheart. We were friends since 14, and then we were together for almost 9 years. And we got saved, yada yada. And then we were engaged. During the engagement process, which was 5 months, I just started to feel like this, like something wasn't right. You know, when something just doesn't feel like, it's meant to be. I had that feeling, and I'm like, maybe I'm getting cold feet, or maybe it's normal. But I started telling Ashley about it too, and she's like, girl, I think you need to seek God about this. She was like, I think you need to seek God about this. So I fasted multiple times, and I just felt like God wanted me to end it. God was showing me if I stayed with him, I wouldn't have reached my full potential of what he wants me to do for him. Like, the person who we marry, they're the ones that are helping us to become that person that we're supposed to be. If we marry the wrong person, we're not maxing out to our full potential. So I knew that if I married him, it wasn't going to be a good thing for me. So I started to pay attention to the signs, like just the lack of support for what I was doing, and it was just a lot of stuff that started to really stick out to me when I was fasting. And I finally broke it off, and it was really hard. When I tell you really hard, I mean, it felt like a part of me died or something. You know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just went through periods where I would just feel tempted to talk to him, or he would pop up at my house unannounced, and he would knock on my door and leave a note on my car. It was hard because, like, I was serious about letting go, but that human side of me still wanted to be with him. And the enemy would just give me dreams, and it was hard. One thing that I am glad about is that God helped me to maintain myself, my purity, because it's not easy to be with someone for almost 9 years and still be, a virgin. So I praise God that I'm still one, because there are so many times where that could have been taken away. So I'm a living testimony that God will keep you if you want to be kept, purity wise. And also, if you feel like God is telling you that the person you're with is not the one, then you really, really need to seek him on that, because when you marry somebody, that is like one of the biggest choices you'll ever make in your life.
Because it affects a lot. It affects if you're going to achieve, or how quickly you're going to achieve what God has called for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to affect your children, because your children's going to be part you, part them.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to instill, their morals, their beliefs, and their way of living into that child.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many things, like too many things for me to put into this video. Like, Ashley will tell you. Because 2 years prior, I broke up with him for a day. And God, I knew God was telling me to, but I was being disobedient. For 2 years, I was being disobedient. And I was kicking myself. Like, even till this day, sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I listened quicker, because certain things would have just opened up quicker for me. I knew that he had the ability to be like this powerful man of God, because I saw he had the potential, but I was like waiting and waiting for him to just become that guy that I knew he could be. But I was like, man, this is taking long. Like, I was thinking to myself, okay, what if I marry him and it doesn't come to fruition until 10 years from now? I don't know. I don't think I can handle that. So you gotta ask yourself, can you handle marrying the person how they are now and it not causing you to get a divorce? Because I was like, there's no way I can deal with, all of this when we're married. So I just was like, you know what? I'd rather end it now than get a divorce later on.
Yeah, just, don't fall in love with potential.
Yeah, that is a very dangerous thing, because you're also maybe causing bitterness too, because you're going to end up bitter and be like, but I thought you would become blah, 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 this powerful, prayer warrior or whatever, mm-hmm. But you're still the same. You're not growing. You're just stuck at the same place. So just ask yourself, like, do you really see yourself marrying this person the way they are? Mm-hmm. If it's not, then you guys shouldn't be together.
Exactly.
Whatever it is that you're pursuing that God has placed in your heart to do, if you have to push them to support you, that's a no-no. Big no-no. Another sign is if you find yourself constantly tripping up in the area of purity. That's another one. If you find yourself
Wait. We mean tripping up.
For example, I know people are saying, well, of course sex is a big no-no, but making out and, testing, the limits, that's also bad too, because now you're opening the door and now you're going to end up going further and further. If you have to be the one stopping he or she from going any further, that's something to pay attention to too. You guys need to be on the same page with that.
Mm-hmm. So, being like-minded when it comes,
Or else, God forbid, you have a weak moment, then you both fall, and then that's not going to be good. Another sign to look out for is if you have God-given friendships and there's something telling them also that, okay, this doesn't feel right. Because usually I saw the signs, but she confirmed it. Whoever's around you in your inner circle that God put in your circle, they're also going to confirm it too. That's what I believe. Mm-hmm. For a while, I was saying it was the enemy, remember? Mm-hmm. I was getting revelation for years. For 2 years. No, over 2 years. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, that's just the enemy trying to break us up. He even got revelation of it too. And he was saying it was the enemy, but it was God.
The enemy, like a counterfeit can blind you. So if they're blinding you to the point where you can't see nothing past your happiness, or you can't see nothing like that anyone is saying to you, then that's a sign.
Mm-hmm. One major thing that I believe that we need to do better at as, children of God is before we get in a relationship with anyone, make sure you see God about it. I know it's so easy to say, well, hey, they're saved, I'm saved, what's the problem? Well, the issue is not everybody is ordained for you. I know a lot of people are saying, yes, we have free will. Yes, that's true. But we're not all on the same page. We're not all going in the same direction. And you don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now. You guys might have to divorce and all of that, and then you'll have a ministry split and all of the other things that you can't see. And it's important to just seek God, because you don't want to be like, oh, I wish I fasted and prayed before I dated this person. And I know we have that image of what we want our marriage to look like, but God knows what's best for you. And we need to just take it to Him before we go on these serious, relationship journeys. Don't be like me. I was with the same person, and I saw the signs, but I ignored it, and I prolonged something that could have taken a lot shorter time to end.
And don't get the signs mixed up with the enemy.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are just not going right, and it's because it needs to end. It's not necessarily because oh, this is the enemy testing us. We're gonna get through this, baby. No.
It got rough before we broke up.
when it gets like that and you think that you're constantly being like attacked by the enemy, why don't you fast, seek God, and see if is this the enemy testing us, or is this, God saying, yeah, it's time for you to go.
Yeah. One thing that made it very hard after the breakup was just the people around me that was cheering us on, like my family, his family, his church family. They were like confused by it because they were like, you guys are both saved, what's the problem? You guys been together for so long. But they don't understand what God showed me. Like, it's not your job to prove to everyone why you broke up in the first place. The point is God told you, so it's your decision if you want to obey. But I had to endure all of the backlash from everybody disagreeing with it. I remember my mom was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're not going to find another guy like that. And I was just telling her, like, I know what God told me. But she was like, how do you know it's God? I was like, because I know. Like, I literally prayed continuously about the same thing, and I kept getting the same answer. So, yeah, don't worry about what people are going to say. You cannot worry about your your ego or your pride. It's all about what God told you. So, yeah.
That's why it's best to kind of keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
Because, not everyone's for you, for one thing. There's people who cheer you on, but there's also people who watching from the sidelines like, oh, can't wait till they break up. Or who are going to cheer when y'all break up. And that's going to make it more difficult because it's going to embarrass you, or it's going to make you maybe hold on longer than you have to because you want to prove people wrong.
That you can last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's best just to keep it between you two, especially if you're in the beginning stages, and just be led by God, and don't care about what people think. Don't care about their opinions. Don't care about the I told you so's. Don't care about the but why?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're not standing before them at Judgment Day. You're standing before God. So it's like that's who you answer to. And that's who your relationship is supposed to bless. You're supposed to bless the Lord with your relationship. So that's the only opinion that matters.
And people are just making me feel as if, like, I'm missing something. I'm not going to get anything better than that. And God's like, no, I have a man for you that's going to be completely in line with my will for your life. Being single is a lot easier than before, like, because my identity was that relationship, because that's all I knew. So when I was single, I was like, this feels very weird. Like, remember I was telling you this feels weird? This is like 2 years ago. But yeah, like, I had to get used to going places by myself, doing things by myself. I had to see me as just me, not me and him. Because I was just thinking, we need to do this, we need to do this. And God was also showing me, like, different parts of my personality that I didn't notice before when we were together. So it's like, it just made me have a revelation of who I was and what I needed to work on, like building my self-esteem. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in the person that we lose who we are. And yeah, that was a huge area for me, and just building my confidence as his daughter is what, he really showed me after the breakup.
So you'd say you're happy single right now? You're content?
Yeah, right now I'm not like in a hurry to get married or anything. I'm just working on making myself into, the woman of God that he created me to be. And, in due time, if he sends, Boaz or whoever, then I'll be ready to receive him. So, yeah, I'm not in a hurry right now.